If you are a part-time reseller, you might be making one of these 4 mistakes, and I am here with 4 fixes that I think can help you. Now, this is just my opinion, this is just my observation from doing a lot of custom closet reviews or having coaching calls, but I can tell you that I've heard a lot of this, and I get a lot of people that are part-time sellers, and even though I'm a full-time reseller, I try to do it on part-time hours. And I totally get your struggle. Like, I get that you have family, possibly, and you have a job, and you have other obligations, and you have maybe a dog and a house and a this and a that, and you're trying to go to your softball game, and then you're trying to list, and the thrift store didn't have a lot of stuff that day, and it's really hard to juggle it all. So my goal with this channel always is to help part-time or full-time resellers make the most, work less, and earn more. And I think that these 4 mistakes could be costing you sales. So watch the video, see if any of these apply to you. Make sure you stay tuned to each fix that I have. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm not judging you. And I hope that some of this will help. So I'm Rebecca the Reseller. I am a 6-figure reseller on Poshmark and lots of other platforms. And my channel is all about increasing your Poshmark sales and sharing those Poshmark selling tips with you. So I hope that you will subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into it. I have lots of notes because I didn't want to forget anything. So pardon me if you see me looking down. As I said, this is kind of me making observations from all the coaching calls that I've had and the Poshmark closet reviews that I do. So it's kind of based in real sellers out there, not just like, this is what I thought. So Poshmark seller mistake number 1 is not sharing enough. So most sellers don't share enough, especially if you're part-time sellers, because you're busy and you're at work, or you're traveling to and from your work, or maybe you travel for work and you have your family and all your other reselling tasks to do, like being out thrifting or whatever. So I hear that many people share once a day. I hear that many people share 3 to 5 times a day. And I'm here to tell you that that's not enough if you want to make more sales. You could be making more sales if you only just shared more. And so one of the ways I've been talking about this to people is making sure that your items are getting shown as high up in the search as possible by sharing the most often. And if you can't physically do that, here's the fix. So I'm gonna have a fix for every mistake. So the fix is, if you cannot do this sharing yourself, you need an automation service. And I recommend Posher VA. If you use my link down below and Rebecca the Reseller, you'll get 20% off. And this is a must at this point. Like, there's the controversy of should you have it, shouldn't you have it? I'm not even gonna deal with it anymore. It's been a long time for me to admit that I used one. It's been a long time for me to say and make a recommendation on the one that I use. And now I'm just kind of over it. And I'm like, you are missing out on sales if you are not using an automation service to share your items. I am so sorry. Like, that's just the way it is. So use my link, get 20% off, but this is what you need to do. You need to go up to the limit that they give you, which is 9,000 shares. So let's say you have 1,000 items. You can share your closet 9 times in a day. And all you have to do is go to the scheduler and schedule those shares, 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m., all the way up to 11 p.m. or whatever you choose. Put it in there once and it does it for you every single day, forever, as long as you have your computer open. I have a computer right down here on the floor that does all of my sharing for me. I don't use my main good expensive computer for it. I use like a refurbished cheap computer or an old computer. It stays open all the time and it runs my Posher VA for me, and it makes those sales happen because that automation is doing that work. You cannot do all of this by yourself. You can't, especially if you're a part-time seller and you have all of these other obligations. If I could just give you one piece of advice, it would be bite the bullet, sign up, get the automation service, get my discount, and let it work for you. Not only does it do the, shares, it can do your offers and so many other things. Trust me, I've got more mistakes coming up and fixes for you, but I had to make that first because to me, it is the most important. And if you're not doing up to 9,000 shares, you're not using an automation service, that is hands down the biggest shift that you can make. So yes. Okay, so please do that. Poshmark seller mistake number 2 is sending small offers. Sending these offers that people don't even get out of bed for. Sending a 10% offer just doesn't do it for people anymore. I'm not saying you can't ever make sales on a 10% offer. I'm sure many of you do. But when someone sends me a 10% offer, I'm not even paying attention. I would never send an offer that's only 10% off. Like if I'm going to make an offer, I'm going to do a doozy. And if I want to accept someone's offer, especially if I'm on the fence and I don't really need this item, I'm going to wait till they give me a great deal. And so here's my thoughts. You may not be sending out the offers enough, but the offer itself needs to be enticing. So for me, 20% is the lowest type of offer that I send. I think that gets somebody's attention, 20%. And then I think that bigger offers are better. And so, I have a video that I can link up in the screen here. That's my offer to liker strategy. But I could go up to 50% off, and you might not be able to do that, but it's something to think about. So I think that you're definitely missing out on sales if you're not sending the offers to begin with. So if you're not sending the offers enough, having Posture VA to send those offers for you, that's going to be your number one aha moment, because you're going to get the sharing, then you're going to be able to send the offers more than you could, because it takes a lot of time to send out those offers. So even if you send them out at the end of the day when you're watching TV, or when you're a passenger in a car and somebody's driving you somewhere, or you're at your kid's baseball practice or whatever it is, that's not enough. You want the offer to go out immediately when they're kind of liking the item. You want deeper offers to go out later. Again, check out that video for my whole strategy, but you want more offers going out, and you want the ability to have a progressive offer strategy so that they can get deeper. Now, if you're someone that says, but Rebecca, I cannot be sending 50% offers, or I'm not going to be making any money, I get that. But it is something to consider, because people want deep offers. So then maybe that means that you change your pricing strategy a little bit so that you can offer a deeper discount. I price high. I'll price a Calvin Klein dress for $50. I know that I sell it up to 50% off. That would put me at $25. That's a lot different than you having yours up for $25 and never sending any offers to them. Because if I send them, they're going to get multiple offers from me, and eventually they're going to buy. So I think that having the ability on the front end with your pricing to allow for the offers on the back end can also help as well. So that was part of the fix. That was kind of a multi-step fix, is do more offers with Posture VA, do bigger offers with Posture VA. And then if that doesn't work for the kinds of items you have, you need to think about your pricing so that you can back into those offers later. So that was number 2. Now, Poshmark Seller mistake number 3, no bundle discount. Whole video on this. I'm going to link it here if I can. Bundle discounts. I show you how, I show you why, tell you all about mine. All the info for that is there. I don't need to say everything, but I do think this is the silliest mistake that I see. And I see it often when I'm doing the closet reviews or the coaching calls. I go into their closet and there's nowhere to be found a bundle discount. And I'm like, what if it's in the middle of the night and I just want to lock in this sale? I can't get any kind of discount because you're sleeping and you have no offer available to me here, no bundle discount. I think people get weirded out because if they have offers, then they have a bundle. It doesn't matter. It all works out because they could like an item and get 20% off, or they can bundle 2 items and get 20% off. It's not going to hurt you. It's still the same 20%. So I think that it's silly not to have a bundle discount on. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes out there. And I think you want to be able to have it be on 2 items so that they don't have to find a million items to take advantage of it. I think that you want to have it be 20% or more, again, because I don't think people get out of bed for 10%. And I think that it helps you get those extra random sales. I have in my notes here, baseball practice. So I was at baseball practice waiting for my son, watching him, and a bundle sale just came in. They didn't send me an offer. I didn't send them an offer. I wasn't even looking at my phone. I was doing no Poshmark things. I was watching my son play baseball, and the bundle sale just happened. And some people like that. Some people want to shop that way. And it's silly for you to be the roadblock to sales by not allowing that to happen. It's a set and forget feature that's available to you on Poshmark for free. put on the bundle discount. It takes 35 seconds. I have in here, literally takes 35 seconds. So next up is Poshmark seller mistake number 4, missing obvious keywords. So missing obvious keywords. We all do this. Like we all do this, me especially, like 3 years ago, reseller me, you know, I would look at an item and be like, I have nothing left to say about you. I don't know the keywords. And I would be so just like mentally drained from everything that I have to do as a mom and business owner that I just sometimes didn't even have the brain power to come up with the basic keywords, let alone the next level keywords, which I think you should be looking for both. So keywords are the lifeblood of our business. We don't make sales without them. Like, yes, every clock is right twice a day. You'll randomly make a sale here and there, of course, but if you're constantly missing out on keywords, you're constantly missing out on sales. And this is a very easy thing to fix. So think about how a buyer would search for your item. So I might say that it has a Peter Pan neckline, but that person may not. It may be something where they're looking for collared, different things in and around it. You know, they may not know that it's called asymmetrical, and so they may know a different word for that. Or they might say high rise and you have high waisted, or you don't have anything that mentions the rise at all because you just have 10 inches in there or 12 inches and you think that, you know, having the rise measurements is enough, but that's not even a keyword. So I think that thinking about how the buyer would search for your item, they may not know all the terminology that you know. So you want to have basic things, you want to have terminology things, you want to have overarching things like style or occasion, how and when they're going to wear this item, a look that they're going for, those types of things. Like some people put satiny or silky. Those are like always the examples I go back to because I remember a while ago I did a video and I had silk in my item and then I typed in silky and mine didn't come up. I was like, what the heck? Like that's crazy. So now I'm like, okay, if it's silk, I'm gonna put silky. Even if it's not really silk, but it's satiny, I'm going to put silky because that might be the thing that somebody is looking for. Adding plus size, adding cocktail dress. Like there's lots of things that you can add that will help your items get found. And as a part-time seller, you're pressed for time. And so you need to get the most work that you do to result in a sale. So if I'm going to do 5 listings today as a part-time seller or 2 listings as a part-time seller, like I need 1 or 2 of those to sell, you know, like, because otherwise what the heck am I doing here? So if you are forgetting keywords, you're not going to be getting those sales. So the fix is to search for keywords from similar items when you're listing, specifically solds. So if you have this J. Crew midi dress, search for it, click on sold filter, see what other keywords are on the solds, add those to yours. That way you can benefit from the things that helped those similar items sell. You can add them to yours to hopefully get it to sell. Create a keywords list for yourself so that you don't forget keywords, because oftentimes that was my problem. I knew the keyword, but I'd forget that it applied. Like my mind would be looking over this item, I don't have anything else to say, but then when I looked at my keywords list, I was like, oh, it's got that. Yep, it has that. Yep, it has that. And before you know, I had 3 to 5 more keywords that I was able to add in because I kind of like used my list to trigger me or cross-check a little bit. So if you don't have your own keywords list or don't want to spend the time making them or don't even know what to add to it, I have a keywords list for you. There's over 400 keywords on it and it's in my Etsy shop, linked down below, or it's in my academy, linked down below. You can get it in either place. And it's done and it's available to you and it's just a list and you can just go down and be like, do any of these apply? And just type them all in or copy and paste or whatever. So having a keywords list is good. I do have a keywords video that I'll put here as well. That's kind of like one of my most popular videos. So that's a good one for you to check out. And then, you know, once you got the keywords down, you could take it the next step and start kind of adding some sales phrases that's not search driven, but is conversion driven. So, you know, you'll look hot in this statement piece, or this is a must have for any wardrobe. Like those kind of like, it doesn't really say anything, right? Like, but it's flowery, salesy language that you can add in that kind of gets them in the buying mood and like, yes, I do need like a staple, blah, blah, whatever thing. And, you know, I add this to your capsule wardrobe, perfect for summer vibes. Like, great resort wear, you know, like all these, and I have a list for those too. It's called my sales phrases guide, so you can pick that up in the same place as the keywords list if you want to get help with that. Because when I talk to people, especially part-time sellers, you're doing something else. You may not be in sales. So that stuff doesn't come naturally to you. Like the person that helped me kind of think of this, we had a coaching call and she said, this is where I have trouble. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna make a list of all of these catchy, salesy things. Like that's a great idea. Thank you for helping me make something that can help you. So I made it for her. I gave it to her for free because she inspired the idea, because she was like in forensics. And so like her job is like protocol, very black and white. It's very specific and like rigid. And it's not, you know, add this to your whatever summer vibes wardrobe. You know, I don't have brain power. I'm not thinking of all the things, but when I made the list, it was really good. It's not all in my head right now. And so that list can help you add like a sentence at the front, a sentence at the end that will just give that buyer a little bit more pizzazz when they're reading it, kind of put them in the buying mindset, paint the picture for them of how and when they can wear the item. And it just adds to it. So you can check that out also. But so if you're making any of these mistakes, I hope that the fixes that I've mentioned here, whether it's Posture VA at the very minimum, or just the way I do the keywords, or adding a bundle discount, like any of these things are quick, easy fixes that could help you just automatically get more sales based off the things that you're doing. And I think always trying to get more sales out of less or the same work, like that's how I operate. That's what all of my tools and tricks and tips and everything is about. So if you like that idea and you want to make more money from your part-time reselling business, this is the place for you, because all I do is try to teach you how to save time, how to get more sales, how to earn more and do less. So you're in the right place for that. If you want to check out any of my courses that I have in my Rebecca the Reseller Academy, check that out down below. You can use code WKEM20 to get 20% off my Poshmark 30-day reboot, or my boutique course on how to build a profitable Poshmark boutique. So there's lots of great resources for you. And I do have a free Poshmark strategies checklist as well. You can get that down below. It signs you up for my email list. And then you get all these tools right to your inbox every single week. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that you can make some fixes if you're doing any of these mistakes, and that will help you get lots more sales on Poshmark. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.